Welcome back to another episode of the 1% Life Podcast. I'm your host, Coach JT. This information is for educational and informational purposes only and is solely a self-help tool for your own use. I'm not providing medical, psychological, fitness, or nutrition therapy. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problem or illness without consulting your own medical practitioner. As always, results of any kind will vary based on each person's unique circumstances, capacity, and work ethic. What does the term off the wagon mean to you? What do you think when you hear that? If somebody told you they were off the wagon, what would you think they're referring to? Drinking? Eating bad? Not working out? That's where my mind goes. If somebody tells me they're off the wagon, I think they're drinking alcohol again, they're eating like crap, or they're not working out. Same place my mind goes if I hear YoYo or roller coaster or off plan or life got in the way, even dieting. It's all terms to describe seasons of not taking care of yourself. So what makes people start and stop so freaking much? Let me ask you this. How many people do you know that have lost the same 20 to 50 pounds every single year? You know, they want to look great for a wedding or a cruise or a class reunion, whatever the thing is that comes up. So they make promises and they buy supplements and they get new shoes and they renew their Planet Fitness membership and buy meal prep bowls and fat burners. They tell everybody how hardcore they are. They put it up on Facebook. They get all excited and then they crush it. They do great. They're all in. They lose body fat. They feel better. They sleep better. They're looking better. They're getting compliments for the next 60 to 90 days. Then the thing comes up. Whatever it was that provoked you to start in the first place finally comes up. And so you give yourself permission to stop. Because you made it. That was the plan in the first place, right? Now you can hop off the wagon. You can eat like crap at the wedding. It's no biggie. I'll start next week. And then it's, oh, well, I forgot about my anniversary. That's coming up, so I'll start back after that. And then it's the birthday party. And then it's Halloween. And then it's Thanksgiving. And then it's Christmas. And then it's the corporate Christmas party. Before you know it, it's the New Year's resolution again, which doesn't start until like February. Guys, I've seen people lose as much as 140 pounds in 12 months and then put it all back on in the very next 12 months, back to back. I've seen people lose well over 100 pounds in 12 months and then stop. And 3 years later, they've stayed the same. And it's not because they're at their goal. They still need to lose another 100 to 150 pounds. They've just stayed off the wagon. Guys, all these people will admit how important it is. They'll hate on themselves. They'll cry about it. They'll complain about how they feel, complain about how they look, but they don't do anything about it. And then there's a lot of people that start really strong, talk a great game, they're all motivated and excited, and then they disappear in 90 days. Life got in the way. I'll start back. I'm just off the wagon right now. Every single one of these people share one common reason, and I say it all the time. It's just not important enough. There's always going to be legit obstacles. I have them too. We all do. They're not going away until you realize that they don't matter, that they're always going to be there, sometimes bigger and worse than others. Then you're going to struggle. You don't fall off the wagon. You jump off the wagon. It's a choice. And then you decide to stay off the wagon. So many people are waiting on the right time for things to be perfect, easy, fun, fast, motivating, exciting. Guys, the real world does not work like that. Ever. It's usually the exact opposite. So what about the repercussions? What do you think this does to you? The impact of yo-yoing and falling off the wagon all the time. What about the impact on your mentality? It crushes your self-belief, rams it into the dirt. All you're doing is confirming and feeding the belief that you suck, that you can't do it. It's a vicious cycle. You have no belief in yourself. So you don't create any potential for change. You don't take any decisive action, which equals crappy results. And then the crappy results reinforces your poor self-confidence and lack of self-belief. I knew I was going to fail. I suck. Happens every single time. Why do I even try? Not to mention the fact that it makes it difficult to actually lose body fat when you do try. You become insulin resistant. You lower your BMR. You burn less calories. Just sitting at your desk, you're burning less calories. You don't know when you're hungry, don't know when you're full. It increases your risk of heart disease, heart attacks, strokes. It's deadly. Strains your heart, jacks up your blood pressure. Not to mention the fact that you're going to lose a ton of muscle mass while you do it. It's what I call skinny fat. You lose muscle and strength and you look saggy. Typically, people that do this lose 50 to 60% of all their weight as muscle mass. And you're going to end up with a totally different composition. You're going to look like crap. Have you ever seen somebody that's taken Ozempic or done an HCG diet and seen what they look like? They lose 70 to 75% of all their weight as muscle mass. Think about that. Once you cut down the weight, your body fat is actually higher than it was when you were bigger. Right? They look very unhealthy, saggy. They hate the way they look. And let's not even discuss the health implications. Another thing to consider is that losing that much muscle mass is a big indicator for early death. Weakens your immune system, makes you more susceptible to getting sick from all kinds of crap that normally wouldn't bother you, even allergies. So what are the practical daily reasons and excuses that people give themselves? What are the most common scenarios that I see? Beyond finding your why and setting macro goals, what are the practical daily reasons or excuses that people give themselves? The first thing I see is that people are super impatient. They get tired of the work. Progress takes a lot longer than expected. The amount of work that you actually have to put in is always so much more than people anticipate when they get started. I want to be ripped and healthy by summer. Guys, you're not going to undo 20, 30 years worth of neglect and accumulated health problems and mindset issues and lack of self-discipline and fat storage in 90 freaking days. Now, you can make a lot of progress, but you can't just get off the wagon when you get there. It's all coming back. The next thing is life gets in the way. Right? People love to stop at the very first obstacle, and the obstacles are coming. Any sign of difficulty gives people a reason to quit. Better yet, it gives them a justifiable reason to quit. It's not my fault. Guys, obstacles are just part of the process. Job, hours, death, finances, career, kids, wife, gym, soccer, ballet, whatever. The people that are crushing it, that get great results, deal with the same stuff. They're no different. They just don't stop. Think about it this way. If you were driving down the street and you came up to a roadblock, can't go past, you turn around and leave. If anybody asks you why you didn't go, tell them there was a roadblock. It's not my fault. But what if your wife or your kid was on the other side of it, hurt? Think you'd find a way? Would you go through it, go around it, go over it? Of course you would. Why? What changed? The circumstances didn't change. Your car didn't change. The roadblock didn't change. The weather didn't change. Nothing changed except it became important enough. The only difference in all this that we're talking about is how important is it to you? Another big thing that I see is extracurricular mindset. Guys, it's not pickleball. It's not a pickup game of basketball or fishing. It's your life. You don't stop because it's not fun or exciting anymore or that you're bored. Somebody told me the other day they stopped exercising because it got boring. I was bored. Who cares? I don't care if you're bored. You can change it if you want to change it, but that's not the point. I also hear I'm tired of eating chicken. Stop eating chicken. Change it up, or you're just looking for an excuse to quit. Another big one I see is that people get comfortable with the results. It's what I call good enough syndrome. People become too comfortable with the progress that they've made and they stop. I'm better than I've been in decades, so it's okay. I know a lot of people that do this. Everybody tells you you're great, you look great, things have changed, you've come off medications, you've lost a bunch of weight, you had to buy a bunch of new clothes. But like the person that I mentioned earlier, the person that lost 100 pounds in 12 months, now it's the same 3 years later, they still need to lose another 100 plus pounds. If you're okay with being average or just fitting in, that's fine, but average is horrible to me. Look around. A lot of people also get micro-focused. Getting too focused on those little minor details and short-term results. Start focusing on biohacks, and they just lose sight of the basics. It's not fast enough, so they try to cheat with shots and pills and junk, and they just stop doing the basic things. They stop eating right. They stop doing their cardio. They stop going to the gym. That stuff isn't fun anymore, so they're going to try to make up the difference with pills, potions, and powders. The all-or-nothing mindset. How many times have you heard, if I can't give 100%, it's not worth trying at all? Guys, that's such BS. You never give 100%. Let's be real. Probably never have. I don't even think people know what it is, what you're really capable of. You can't discount the benefit of consistent effort, even if it's not perfect. 60% consistently is more effective than 100% and 0% back and forth, on and off the wagon. Show up for yourself. The I deserve mentality is another one that I just don't understand. How many people do you know that are good Monday through Friday and then blow it on Saturday and Sunday? I was good all week. I deserve to poison myself this weekend. Alcohol, sugar, junk food, neglect. Guys, that's the devil's trick. Don't buy it. Eating clean and taking care of yourself and exercising and being healthy isn't punishment. It's self-love, self-discipline. Taking care of yourself during the week is not punishment. Poisoning yourself on the weekend is not a reward. That's punishment. You've got a poor relationship with food if that's your mindset. Right? But I know a lot of people that do this, and I know a lot of people around you that contribute to this too. It's the worst advice you're ever going to get. Take it easy. You deserve the rest. Relax a little bit. Live a little bit. Take a little time off. You need to have some fun. One drink's not going to hurt you. Let me tell you what that really means. Stop being a reminder that I'm a slacker. Right? You're making me feel bad about myself. Drink like I do so I don't feel stupid about poisoning myself. Get fat like I am so you don't remind me that I hate being like this. Stop making so much money and hustling all the time so I'm not jealous of your hard work and accomplishments. Guys, if you make somebody feel bad or look bad, it's not your fault, it's theirs. Don't let them drag you down. Nobody doing better than you is ever going to tell you to chill out or to slow down or to waste time or to drink alcohol or to eat like crap or to be lazy or to make less money. Never. People that do that, people that suggest that to you, probably should not be in your circle. Okay, so what's some signs that this is happening? No progress. If you think you're doing good and you're not making any progress, you've been at a relative standstill for an extended period of time, month plus, you're off the wagon. You may not know you are, but you're off the wagon. You're not doing what you need to do. There's not a lot of variables. If you're deliberately avoiding the scale, if you're avoiding the mirror, if you're avoiding your coach, right? The truth, all of those are the truth. If you catch yourself not getting on the scale because you know, you're not looking at yourself in the mirror because you know, you're not checking in with your coach because you know, you hate hearing about other people's progress, right? Makes you aggravated, makes you feel like a loser. It's the opposite of what we just talked about. If you don't want to talk to somebody that's crushing it because they make you feel bad about yourself, you're on the other side of that. You justify everything. I can't because of work. I can't because of kids. I can't because I was sick. I had family in town. I stubbed my pinky toe. You lower your goals. I thought I wanted to be really lean, but I'm okay like this. Good enough syndrome. I don't need to be any better. I'm already better than most people I hang out with. Find a new circle. You ask for approval from others that you know are going to give you the answer that you want to hear. Spouses, best friends, people at your office that want to be on your good side, liars, right? Stop surrounding yourself with yes people all the time. They're liars. People that tell you what you want to hear all the time, no matter what. The people that really want what's best for you, people that are willing to hurt your feelings to help you is who you need to be around. If you're not ready to hear the truth, you're really not interested in change, right? You make up reasons why it's not a good idea to eat clean and exercise all the time. I should give myself a break. I'm working too hard. I probably need some carbs. I need a shot of tequila. I haven't done that in a long time. I don't need to never drink again. That's bad, right? What about comparing yourself to others who aren't doing as well as you? At least I'm not like that. I could be worse. I hate hearing that. You could always be worse. The worst person I've ever met could be worse. What does that tell you? Nothing. So let's talk about some simple strategies for cutting out the wagon mentality for good. The very first thing I'd tell you is to set macro and micro goals. Set the big goals to keep your motivation high, and then break it down into small little goals that you can hit each week. You need both. Second thing is focus on the journey. Live in the now a little bit more. It's all we have. Okay, remember the importance of the journey, not just the end result. Celebrate small wins, progress along the way, 1 pound lost, 5 pounds lost, new belt loop, new shorts, all kinds of things are going to happen along the way that you can celebrate. You should celebrate that. Don't discount those. They're a big deal. At the end of the day, guys, people that love the walk are always going to go a lot further than people that just love the destination. Develop resilience. Build mental toughness so you can handle the setbacks and the challenges and the obstacles because they're coming. There'll be seasons where there's tons of them. What you need to do is you need to start seeing your failure and obstacles as good things. That's where you change. That's where you get stronger. It's getting back up. That's where you learn about yourself. It's where you get better. It's where you get stronger. It's where you develop more willpower, which is the next thing. Develop willpower. Do it through accountability. Do it through support. Leverage a coach or a group. Stay committed until you can do it on your own. Do the hard things to develop willpower. That's what develops willpower, is doing the things that are difficult that you don't want to do. Commit to yourself and take it seriously. Stop lying to yourselves. Would you lie to your boss or your business partner, your wife, your best friend all the time? What would your relationship be like if you lied to everybody all the time? You wouldn't have one. They wouldn't have anything to do with you, and it wouldn't take long. Why do you think you can do that to yourself over and over again and get away with it? It's much more damaging than you realize. You got to prioritize yourself and your time as a non-negotiable. My first 3 hours are my time with God, my time reading, my time meditating, my time in a cold dip, my time training, and then I can give the other 13 hours to everyone else. Does that sound like a selfish ratio to you? You don't have to ignore yourself and give to everybody else 100% of the time. You don't have 100% to give unless you take care of yourself. If I offered you anything you wanted, anything, money, family members back, 5 more years with your dog, kids to live near you, whatever you really want, would you eat super clean and train 6 days a week for a year? Of course you would. And you'd do it with excitement. You'd avoid friends. You'd cancel appointments. You'd work out on vacation. You'd cancel vacation. You'd prep your food. You'd piss people off. You'd kick people out of your life. You'd make it happen at any cost. Why? Because it's important enough. That's it. You have to make it important enough. At the end of the day, there's only one real reason that anyone has. It's not important enough. Meaning you are not important enough. You can make all the excuses in the world, some being better than others. You can tell me that you're important enough. You can tell me that you prioritize yourself and that you matter. But if your actions don't reflect that, then you're just lying to yourself and you don't believe it either. I'm out. For more content, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. See you.